Hi, this is Sharon Lim. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I blog at sharonitwithyou.blogspot.com. In today's video, we're going to be doing the Tricorn card. Very cool that it can actually fit in an envelope. Excuse me. And then it can actually stand on a desk if you like. And I did some more extra cutting in the back so you can actually write more of your card on there. So let's get started. You're going to first start with a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5, and you want to score it 3 times: 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. Then you're going to want to mark 1 3/4 from each end. And what I mean by that, I'm going to turn it vertically and take my ruler, and what you're basically doing is measuring 1 3/4 from each end. So marking right there, 1 3/4 right there, and here, and here. So hopefully you can see those 4 marks that I've made on just those score lines. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually score from the corners to the marks you just made on all of them. So you get this look. And then we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to start doing our folding. So basically it's a mountain, a valley, and a mountain first. Here's your bone folder and get some really good creases. And then these you're going to fold inward, or as a mountain, sorry. Make sure they're very sharp. And this is the look that you want to have. And again, I'm going to fold it and use my bone folder to make them nice and crisp to make sure they actually hit the corners. And you'll get this shape, a lovely trapezoid shape. Remember your geometry. Alright, and then I'm going to take some glue, and all you have to do is glue the middle part so it sticks together. And that's the part that helps it stand. So just kind of hold it there. And I'm going to set that aside while we make the decorative paper for that. So for the decorative paper, you're going to need 3. So you're going to need 2 pieces each of these 5 by 1 and 7/8, 4 5/8 by 1 5/8, and another 5 by 1 7/8, similar to the first ones, and there's 2 of each of them. And then I added the mark, and the mark of 1 5/8, what I mean is if you flip it over and put the mark on the other side, it won't show. 1 5/8 from each end. This one's 1 1/2 from each end, so I little marked. Hopefully you can see that there and there. And then also here for the very vanilla for the back. Alright, then you're going to cut from the marks to the corners. You can use your cutter. I think it's just easier to use a pair of scissors from the mark. And again, you're doing this on the opposite side, so it doesn't matter that the marks are there. You could just easily flip that over. Keep those matching. And then for the DSP, we're going to do the same thing. Just make sure they're lined up and you'll be fine. So flip. There. And then for the brushed Metallic Cardstock, I love this stuff. I've been using it a lot. It's a nice accent to make it look really glitzy. Alright, so once you have these, and you can line them up the same way I just did. I think I just reversed that accidentally. There you go. And then the key is you're going to cut off 1/4 inch of the triangles at the top, because you want them to be able to fit here on the corners, but because they're just slightly longer. Do you see that? You're just going to cut a 1/4 inch off that side. So all you have to do, again, you can use your cutter if you like, but it's just as easy to cut this off here and here. And you're just cutting a 1/4 inch off. And like I said, it's just to fit that little piece when you're actually matching up the pieces. It's almost like a puzzle, which I think that's why I like this card too, because you're going to put it together just like a puzzle. And then once you have those cut, you are ready to assemble, because that's the last step. And it's all about putting them together. Okay, so I show you that side. Does that make sense? I'm going to take these pieces away, and then we're just going to assemble. So the base card is all dry. We're going to put the DSP on top of the brush metallic cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Do the same for the second one. There you go. And while that's drying, I'll do a real quick glue here, and that is going to go to the front here, and this is going to go on the other side, kind of like a door, I guess. And bonus, I forgot to say, is that I did figure this out so you can get 2 per 8.5 by 11 piece, because you know me and paper saving. The original ones that you see on the on Pinterest and things like that, they're usually like, you start with a 6 by 8 piece, so you wouldn't be able to do that. So of course I had to start backwards, get a half of the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and figure out how that was going to fit, because I wanted to be able to do 2 pieces per 8.5 by 11, because I use a lot of that. I don't really have a lot of 12 by 12. I used to when I was scrapbooking a lot, but I don't have any more. So most of my cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So I like to use it up and not waste, or it's not really a waste, I guess, but to me it is if you aren't able to, if you're only going to get 1 card per sheet, I prefer to get 2. And let's see. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's like a puzzle. Some of them fit, some of them don't. It just depends on the angle of the triangle. If you're like a, oopsie, if you're like geometry like I used to, you will make sure they match. Oops. There you go. And then these for the back, because I always like to have something to write on. I think it's nice to personalize it and say something. There. And that way you have some space, especially since the cardstock is so dark. It's nice to be able to put some very vanilla on there. And because those pieces are pretty small, you can also stamp it, and I'll show you the piece that I did that with. I'm getting confused. Which one is it? I think that might be backwards. Let me try this one. There we go. I think I have it backwards. Let me wipe it off. Alright, I'll have to fix that. There we go. Yeah, probably be a better idea to match them up before I start gluing. Okay, I'll stamp over those. Alright, and then for the finishing touch, I did use the stitched nested dies here. And then I just used the Merry Christmas from the Christmas Celebration Tidings. There, in Night of Navy. I thought that would look nice. I took a 5-inch piece of I think it's a double-sided. It's a reversible ribbon because it has pretty peacock on one side, so I thought that would look nice since it matches. So I just did a little quick knot and then did a quick, I want the pretty peacock to show, glue dot on there. And I stamped this already. So I was going to put a glue dot on the top and a dimensional on the bottom and 2 dimensionals on the tag. So it looks like this. And you can put it on both. And let's get that over a little so it doesn't cover. These are a little long. And that's it. There is your Tricorn card. And the sample I did stamp a little bit on the top just for decorative purposes. So I hope you enjoyed that Tricorn card. Thank you for letting me share this with you and have a great day.